Spooky safety.
Yes, we've got Dr. McNeil joining us this morning. She is a Kaiser Permanente pediatrician out of the Fairfield area. Dr. McNeil, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Pleasure to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate being here.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Moms and dads might be feeling a little bit better this year than they were last Halloween, you know, letting their kiddos get out and do some type of Halloween festivities, but there's still some precautions that they should keep in mind, right?
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, moms and dads are really excited to get back out there this year and trick or treat, particularly because a lot of them have had a chance to receive their COVID vaccine, and so they're feeling a little bit safer. But it's important to remember for our trick or treaters under the age of 12 who are not yet eligible for the vaccine, we do recommend doing outdoor activities for this Halloween to make sure that they stay safe, and also wearing a cloth mask other than their costume mask to ensure that they stay safe as well.
Okay, keeping that mask underneath that costume as well. Now, this is the part that I have a feeling that moms and dads are going to be like, how am I supposed to do this? Trying to keep social distance, even though they're outside, they still need to have some space, right, to stay safe. What are your suggestions?
Right. Exactly. So really sticking with small groups, so whether that's your family or whether that's your household member, and trying to make sure that you are kind of keeping that physical distance between yourself and other groups. And even things such as going to the front doors, making sure that you're not kind of clustering around those front doors to get the candy. So that helps to keep your family safe as well as keeping the candy givers safe as well.
It seems so common sense, but in the moment, you maybe just don't think about these things. So it's good to give a little heads up. Now, what about kiddos that might be going to, as you mentioned, smaller gatherings, but it is indoors? What are your suggestions there?
Right. So for any indoor gatherings, it's really particularly important to make sure that your child keeps their mask on. And again, that this is a mask that is not their costume mask, and we don't recommend doubling up on the costume mask and the COVID mask because it might give them trouble breathing.
Yeah.
And if they're doing those indoor activities, we do want to try to make sure that they try to keep as much distance between themselves and other kids as possible.
All right. And then, of course, when you get home, what's the first thing they should do? Because I know the kids want to get into that candy right away. But
Absolutely. So the first thing that you should do as soon as you get home is wash hands. And parents, we want to make sure that we're modeling that good behavior as well. So washing hands, not digging into the candy right away, making sure that your hands are clean, and then just kind of rationing the candy out so that you're not getting too much at one time, which is overall not healthy for you.
I was going to say, as a pediatrician, I'm sure you would prefer that we taper off. Okay. Now, Dr. McNeil, I have to ask you, because, you know, we've been talking about things, candies, or I shouldn't say just candies, but treats to give away to the kids for Halloween season. I know that you're a pediatrician.
Yes.
But are you team give the toothbrushes or team go ahead and give the kids some candy?
You know what? I tend to kind of be right in the middle. So a little bit of treats here and there are okay. But if you want to err on the side of doing more healthy treats or doing like non-candy treats, then that's okay too. I mean, the goal is just to make sure that you don't overindulge, particularly if you are doing the candy. So maybe a piece after lunch, a piece after dinner, and as parents, modeling good behavior and not kind of grabbing that huge handful of your child's candy.
Balance is the key. Dr. McNeil, thank you so much for your time this morning and all the advice. We're going to link more details to our website, gooddaysacramento.com, under show info and today's date. Have a wonderful Halloween yourself.
Okay, great. Thank you. You too. Thanks for having me.
Code, back over to you.
All right.